Hi there, I hope you're having a great day. I've done a little simple talisman, and you can learn how to do that on that talisman video, the simple talisman. And today we are going to get a clean slate, and we are using the words peace, amnesty, and freedom. Today is the day of Mercury, which is a wonderful day of transformation. You can do this psalm on any day that you like, and you do not need to use talismans unless you desire to. And if you work talismans, you do not need to work psalms unless you desire. Okay, today we are using Psalm 60 to find a clean slate in life, and this one is a little difficult just because it's one of those psalms that was really co-opted by the ancient Hebrew religion, and there's so many references to other parts of the Bible in this psalm, which do stay with the. I mean, all of the references are symbolic to what the psalm is trying to accomplish, but it can be challenging if you're not a Bible scholar. A Bible scholar, and are not that interested in the rest of the Bible, which most of us are not. But I will show you how I see this one, and regardless of all of these things, it's a very powerful psalm. So ready to have your slate be cleaned? I am. Let's do it together. Psalm 60. God, thou hast cast us off, thou hast scattered us, thou hast been displeased. O turn thyself to us again. Thou hast made the earth to tremble, thou hast broken it. Heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. Thou hast showed my people hard things. Thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Selah. That thy beloved may be delivered, save with thy right hand, and hear me. God hath spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice. I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Sukkot. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is also the strength of mine head. Judah is my lawgiver. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Wilt not thou, O God, which hadst cast us off? And thou, O God, which didst not go out with our armies? Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Through God we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. All right, let's get through this one line at a time and plant those seeds deep within our consciousness and allow ourselves to find that clean slate, letting go of the past completely. God, thou hast cast us off. First of all, God never casts us off. Okay, so this opening is very typical of what the psalmist is demonstrating as a human condition when you've got problems, when you've got issues. It's never what I did, it's never my thoughts, it's never my cause, it's always, God, why did you do this? Why is this happening to me? It must be Mercury retrograde. I must have a bad star in my transits. Whatever. Why did this happen to me? Why? And we never want to look at our part in it. So, God, thou hast cast us off. Thou hast scattered us, thou hast been displeased. O turn thyself to us again. Okay, so the reason why we're having so many problems is because God turned himself away from us. Well, we know that's not true. The only thing that can happen, God doesn't turn himself away, herself away, because God is simply the source of eternal life, the source of all life. It's the principle of infinite perfect love, infinite intelligence, divine love, divine guidance, all good. So and good and perfect love does not turn itself away from its creations. That's impossible. But we turn ourselves away, and then when we get from our good, and then when we get the results of that, we say, oh my gosh, why did God do this to me? Or whatever we happen to be blaming it on, or some kind of external thing. So this is that phenomenon of projection that we come back to again and again. Thou hast made the earth to tremble, thou hast broken it, heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. Okay, so that we are talking about the fact that we've had some problems in life, and we are blaming it on God. We are blaming the problems on God, whereas God is not to blame for our problems, but God is the place to go for the overcoming and healing of our problems. So the fact that we are talking to God to begin with means that we are going in the right direction. And all of that stuff I mean, again, and these Psalms are very, very dramatic, and they don't pull any punches. The psalmist is always being very honest with his feelings, and that's what we need to do. You don't wait till you get through all this stuff and then go to God. You go to God with all this stuff and let God help sort it out for you. That's what we're doing here. Thou hast showed thy people hard things. Thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment. Again, we're blaming God for all the hard things that we see. We're blaming God for the astonishment that we are feeling, drinking the wine of astonishment, where in fact we're getting intoxicated by our astonishment. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Okay, here we are starting to acknowledge that God shows us what is true versus what is illusion, and that's symbolized by a banner. So when we recognize that we respect God, and we see that there is one source, one substance, one truth in the universe, and it's regardless of what you call it, that is the banner, that when we respect that power, that is the banner that can be displayed for us, that represents the truth. And the truth is that all of these illusions are not real. All these problems are not real. And so therefore, when we go to God, we can get that clean slate. That thy beloved may be delivered. Save with thy right hand and hear me. Okay, so we are recognizing that God, or that power, that single power, that higher power, which is connected to us. It's part of who we are. It's not external to us. We're not supplicating a deity. This is not we're not calling on the ancient Hebrew tribal god. We are calling on the one power that is our creator, to hear us and to deliver us. God hath spoken in his holiness. Okay, so the word of God is the creative urge which causes your heart to beat. So when God speaks, it simply means that that's the urge of creation that keeps everything alive and everything working, and it's perfect love and it's perfect design. I will rejoice. Okay, so rejoicing is our way out of this. I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Sukkot. So these two things are, again, this was in reference to winning a war, winning a battle. So God's already given us the spoils of this battle with our own lower selves, our own vain imaginings, our own silliness. Okay, so God's already given us triumph, and we are divided. We are taking the spoils of that. We are claiming our inheritance. Now, but then he goes back into all this other stuff. Gilead is mine. Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is also the strength of mine head. Judah is my lawgiver. Okay, so he's talking about these different ideas. For instance, Gilead meaning endurance. Manasseh is understanding. Ephraim is willpower. Moab is my washpot. Moab is the all the physical appearances. Over Edom will I cast out my shoes. So Edom meaning the realm of your senses, judging by appearances is what that is. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Well, since Philistia is the sense realm, and we're saying, oh, it's going to triumph now because of me. So he's going back and forth. He's kind of talking about being on that circular wheel of I'm triumphing, I'm failing. I'm triumphing, I'm failing. I'm triumphing, I'm failing. And God, what we're asking for is to be delivered completely from that circular wheel that we're never at peace. We're always either just afraid of losing what we've got, or we are in disgust of our situation and trying to get something to get us out of there. And where God lives there is no wheel like that. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Well, the strong city is within us. The strong city is that which God has built for us. And these things are parts of our own minds. And we have to recognize that all of this stuff that's outside of us that we are asking to be removed from our lives, to be relieved from, because we want that clean slate, especially things in our past, we are recognizing that we already, just like the good witch told Dorothy, you've always had the power to go home. And so here we're clicking our heels 3 times. Wilt not thou, O God, which hast cast us off, and thou, O God, which didst not go out with our armies? Well, again, God never abandoned us. God never cast us out. We decided for self-will. This is a very important thing to remember when we're looking to be clean from our past. We don't get to choose which part of our past we want to keep. We have to give it all up. We have to be willing for the whole Megillah to be gone, and trust that God knows what's really part of you and what's the illusion, and let Him take care of it. And again, God is simply the idea of infinite intelligence, the creative power of the universe, which has designed everything perfectly already, doesn't need any help from you. Okay, and that's a blow to our egos. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Well, good. Now this is a good place to be. I don't know what will make me happy. I don't know what will make other people happy. I have no way of knowing, because my little ego, all it knows how to do is be afraid of these appearances, which don't really exist according to the higher wisdom. So give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. If we let go of trying to help ourselves in that way by trying to figure it out and say, well, I'm going to keep this and I'm not going to keep this, and I'm going to keep this and I'm not going to keep that. We don't have but when we separate ourselves and we think in terms of our small mind, we are not smart enough to know which things to keep and which things to go. But luckily, our Creator does know, and our Creator is, again, simply not an external deity. It's the principle of infinite intelligence itself, that of which we are always one. With which we are always one, excuse me. Through God, we shall do valiantly. Good, right? So we recognize that when we go through this power, we will do valiantly, and we don't have to worry about it. For He it is that shall tread down our enemies. God's doing it for us. God will do for us, but we cannot do for ourselves. And the idea that we know what to do for ourselves is usually the problem. So it's definitely a blow to the ego to know that in order to get a clean slate, I have to recognize that I don't know what makes me happy. I have to recognize that all my best thinking got me into trouble in the first place, so maybe I can try something different. And what the something different is simply finding infinite intelligence, which has always guided us from the beginning, now, and will forever. It's never been absent from us, but if it looks as though infinite intelligence is turning its back on us, it's because we've decided that we know better than it. All right? So let's just get a clean slate. Let's turn our back on the past. Let's rip that up. Let God redecorate for us, and recognize that when we do this, we are not. It's not that we are giving over power to some external deity. We are embracing the power that we were created to have in the beginning, and not allowing the army of the aliens that is within us to abscond, to take it away from us any longer. All right, it's always awesome and wonderful to work with you, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Blessed be.